I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places going.
Viral. I told you before we got on the call I flew today. I'm in Winter Haven at the moment, and I started thinking about one of the principles of aviation. One of the most important principles of aviation is to not get slow.
Slow.
Don't get slow. Yeah. If you get slow, you stop flying. The plane falls out of the sky, essentially.
So you have to keep going, like at whatever. Is it knots? No, it's not knots. Is it knots?
Well, it could be miles per hour knots. That's just a unit of measure. But you need airflow over the wing to create lift. You need speed. Without speed, planes don't fly. Without airspeed.
Yes.
And I was thinking, isn't that true about life too, though? Like it's when we slow down that things start falling apart, that we crash. As long as we just keep a minimum speed, and especially so in planes, when you get onto final, when you're looking to land, that's where most accidents happen. People get too slow and the plane stalls. It's an aerodynamic stall and the plane crashes. That's usually what happens in plane crashes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because once you hit, then you put the brake on. And is that the way it happens? You
mean the brakes on? Yeah. Yeah. Once you come in for landing, you put your wheels touch the runway, then you can use brakes. Right. But before that, you need a minimum airspeed to stay, to have lift. Right. Otherwise, the plane goes nose down and crash.
Ooh. So what you're saying is you're making this metaphor to life that when we're stagnant, we go nose down.
We have a minimum speed, don't we?
Minimum speed. Yeah, I have an interesting philosophy, and that is, if I continue to walk, I will be able to walk the rest of my life. If I continue to walk, so if I'm continually moving, and I was a runner at one time and a bicyclist, and now I'm a walker.
So you're slowing down.
I am slowing down. Yes. However, hopefully not too much.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's a minimum speed.
Okay. There is a minimum speed.
Yeah.
Go ahead. There is a minimum. Yeah. Go ahead. We're doing it.
No, go ahead.
There is a minimum speed. No, my point is that as long as you continue moving, you continue to stay alive. And okay. I think the minimum is, there's no minimum. You just keep moving. You keep being active as hard as it is to get out of bed and go. So this stagnation that we have, does that increase or decrease our life expectancy?
Yeah, I think it does. Well, stagnation, you mean like not moving?
Right. Yeah.
Completely.
I'm going to stay in bed or on the couch, or I'm not going to do yoga or whatever. So in life, with this stagnation, the optimal is to continue moving, to continue doing something active. Correct. And that's the same with the brain.
Right. Everyone has a minimum speed. I think everyone's got that minimum speed, and we better know what that is, because once we fall below that minimum speed, it's a downward cycle. It's a death. In aviation, we call it a death spiral. When your plane stalls and you go into this uncontrollable, unrecoverable spiral to the ground, it's called a death spiral.
Okay. That comes on by many different things. Illness can bring that on.
It can. It can.
I know my father, very active, 92-year-old, very cognizant, very smart, with it. Both of his knees are bad, and he cannot walk that far. So he doesn't walk that much. He kind of waddles. I guess the point I'm saying is because of, wear and tear on the knees, he can't walk. He does puzzles. He does painting. Painted a picture up there for me.
Okay.
At one time, have you noticed yourself slowing down over time?
A little bit. Yes. Physically. Just a little. Physically, just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is life. This is how it works. We are going to slow down.
But I don't want to accept that. Maybe you're right. Maybe we have to, but why expect it? See, that's my issue. I think a lot of the reasons we get old is because we see old people. And the reason they're old is because they saw old people growing up. It's just become this expectation that we get old. I don't want to buy into that.
All
Maybe
right.
maybe I can't control it, but I'm not willing to just accept it.
Um, that's the word. Expectation is the word. I do not
Yeah.
expect to I look at my father and I go, you know what? I mean, that's where I'm probably going to go. 92. He's with it still up here. And I'm thinking, yeah, good. Same thing with my mom. Um, I don't expect that. I look at that as like, oh, this is the track that I'm probably more than likely I'm on. It could veer off anywhere. Um, and by looking at them, I don't expect it. However, I do feel the word's
You
not
do expect
expectation.
it.
I don't expect it. I don't expect to be that.
No?
I no expectation. Expectation. There's an attachment to expectation. We've talked about this. I have a rough time with expectation. I don't expect anything from expectation.
Well, that's good. Then you're never disappointed by what you expect.
All right, all right. Let's talk about expectation real quickly. What is it you expect to get old? Let's in a situation you expect to make lots of money. You expect to have a beautiful
Yes.
wife, husband, whatever. You
Yes.
expect it.
I expect to have a beautiful wife, husband. Absolutely. Or I'm
Wife,
just kidding.
wife slash
I'm just
husband.
joking with you. Why not expect good things? Why not expect success and quality of life? If you're going to expect anything, why not expect those things?
I say don't expect anything. That's my thing. Give up expectation altogether because that is too closely related to attachment. You attach yourself to expectation. Now, striving. Change expectation to strive. I
What's the
strive.
difference
Expectation.
between
Expect.
expectation and striving? What is the difference?
Striving is you. All right. Let me jump into this. When you expect something, you ready? You're entitled to it. That's mine. I own
Oh,
that. I
so,
I have that. That is something that I possess. Yes. There we go.
okay. Your definition
Striving.
is different. That's why. Okay.
All right. So, what's your definition of expectation then?
Well, maybe it is similar actually. I would say I assume when I say I expect success, I expect I'm going to work hard enough to earn the success. I expect it of myself. So it's kind of, I use striving and expectation probably very closely. A bit about the same.
Yeah, I think what striving is, you know what? I want to go listen to this band today. I'm going to strive to make sure that happens. I'm going to do odd places. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to shave. I'm going to do what, I'm going to leave the house by 3:34.
Right.
Striving for that. Do I expect that? If I expect it, then I have attachment to it and I have to
Let me
have
ask
it.
you a question then. Let me ask you a question. If you do all these things you just said, you do your odd places, you get showered, dressed, shave, shit, shampoo, all that stuff. Do you then, do you not expect that all those actions will lead you to being able to enjoy that concert, to go to that place?
I don't use expect.
Yeah.
Expect. I don't expect to. You know what? Because anything can happen on the way. Something could happen to the car.
Oh, absolutely. But you expect it to work. You expect all these things you're going to do. You're like, okay, if I do all this stuff, I should be able to make it there. That's an expectation. You
Yeah,
expect A, B, and C to give you D.
yeah. You said the other word in there. You said should, and I don't. I don't deal
I
with
know.
should. I don't should is like I regret something. I didn't get what I wanted. You know, shame on me. No, this is it the way it is. Now, if I make it there and I enjoy it, I've done everything. I've got all the ducks in a row. It's happened. I got what I wanted. I strived. I ran the marathon in 2:21. Yes, I'm good. I'm happy. if I expected to run the marathon in 2:18 and I ran it in 2:21, ooh, ow, that hurts.
Okay. And that did hurt. That's called,
Yeah.
that's the pain. That's the pain that'll drive you to do better next time.
Okay. So the next time I run a marathon, if I ever do, I want to run it in 2:18. I want to strive to run it in 2:18,
Let's
not
do it.
expect myself to run it in 2:18.
Let's do it. Let's expect each other to run it in 2:18. I'm with you. We'll run it together.
All
I've
right.
never run a marathon, but we'll see what happens.
Thanks.
I'm Josh.
We are odd places going.
Spiral.
There we go.